this nigga thinks he's Elmer Fudd. Like, oh yeah, let me just go.
Idea
Yo,
what was running through his mind. What was running through his mind.
Let me go to fucking Mar-a-Lago, which is like damn near a fortress with a shotgun. Like, yo, what are these guys on, bro? It's like
insanity.
Like, damn,
it's really crazy. Yeah, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. They killed him right away. They didn't play no games.
They cooked that nigga, man. Like, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil the details.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because go ahead.
He was a really young guy too. So, but we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see a theme. There's not much. Well, they're investigating now, and the FBI is actually taking charge on it. There's not many details that have come out in regards to the guy's ideology or his background, aside from the fact that I believe he's from North Carolina and he's young. But let's see if we see a theme with this guy being super left-leaning or anything like that, because that seems to be the trend with these people.
Yeah, we'll keep running it.
All right.
That's right. And, you know, the Secret Service spokesman, Anthony Guglielmi, has tweeted this out just moments ago. In it, the details, as you mentioned, Charlie, he says that around 1:30 a.m., I mean, in his 20s, was shot by Secret Service and Palm Beach County deputy from the sheriff's office following an unauthorized entry at the secure perimeter at Mar-a-Lago. This was near the North Gate. And they add to it that this individual, whose identity is being withheld, pending notification of next of kin, was pronounced deceased. The individual was observed by that North Gate at Mar-a-Lago.
Real Stacy, thanks for the raid on Kick. Sorry about that. Someone raided me on, it was the Real Stacy, I guess I got raided by.
And as you look on your map here at Mar-a-Lago, top of your screen is north, at the bottom of your screen is south.
So this would, of course, be the third attempt that we know of on the life of President Trump. Last night, he was not at Mar-a-Lago.
Now, for those of you that don't know, you know, have never been to Mar-a-Lago, I've been to Mar-a-Lago before. I got invited by General Flynn right after the president actually got inaugurated, actually. And bro, the place is like a fortress, bro. Like it's not really a place that you want to try to break into. Shout out to X-Jaws and Mr. Rams as well with the gifted subs. You really don't want to, it's not a place that you want to get caught at, man. Secret Service all over the place, West Palm Beach County Police all over the place. Like they have a huge security detail. And then obviously, well, like someone like Donald Trump, as divisive as he is and all the death threats that he gets, I know for a fact the Secret Service is working extra hard. Like Donald Trump is by far probably one of the hardest probably the hardest protectee in Secret Service history, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like
they have to protect him that hard. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Because bro has a bunch of haters. He goes back and forth between Washington and Florida, right? He's like the only other president that I've seen that like actively goes back between two different residences and actively, you know, as at his home residence. So it's a nightmare to protect someone like him, because you guys got to also keep in mind that when you're Secret Service, like you try to do your best to go to the location that the president's going to go like weeks in advance, you know? So a lot of the times they don't even get barely a 24-hour notice that Trump wants to go somewhere. So, I know those niggas are stressing, bro. I know they're stressing because I've done Secret Service details before. It's no joke, man. It's no joke. I had to protect a foreign dignitary one time on a Secret Service detail, and they took that pretty serious. So I could only, the presidential detail is a whole other level.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Mar-a-Lago is a private compound. I believe it's in Palm Beach, right?
Yeah. It's like an hour from here.
Yeah.
Hour and a half
and
from
so
here.
to even get in here is crazy, but they're going to go into
you can't even get on the island, bro.
Make it happen.
Like I remember, because you got to like kind of get on like go over this bridge. Like I remember we went there like on a bus. Like they search the bus, they check all the IDs of everybody that's coming in. You know what I mean? They run dogs, all that shit, man. So trying to go to Mar-a-Lago, right? And nigga was so dumb he didn't even do his research. Like, bro, nigga wasn't there. Like, what? Yo, are you stupid? Like, yo, like, bro, the president's up in D.C. trying to find a way to bomb Iran. You're dumbass in Florida. You got shot for nothing. Stupid.
Yeah, and actually, he had a plan, obviously, I'm assuming, to do something sinister, because Donald Trump is in Mar-a-Lago, if I'm not mistaken, every weekend. He's in Washington for the weekdays, and from what it seems, him and Ivanka go here every weekend, and that's what a lot of guys at Fox News were saying and other news outlets. And so it's clear this guy had the plan to try and catch Trump, but I mean, he didn't even get, I think it was 20 yards in before he was apprehended.
Oh, yeah, bro, the place is filled with cameras, like, you know what I mean? It already was pretty good, pretty good with security from before, so it's like, bro, and the thing is like, you know, because I will say this, this is the longest I've seen Trump stay at the White House consecutively. Normally, like you said, he goes back to Florida fairly often, but I think this whole Iran thing, dude, is keeping him in D.C.
Yeah, 100%. He's definitely busy dealing with the Pentagon, definitely busy talking to Stephen Witkoff and all these other guys like Pete Hegseth and trying to figure out a plan. And I didn't know if you saw, but there's some reports that they expected the brinksmanship to actually do the job and cause Iran to surrender. And since they didn't surrender,
I heard about that.
They're going to have to put their money where their mouth mouth.
Mar-a-Lago. He was at the governor's ball, the governor's formal ball at the White House. But this is incredible news. We're going to have a press conference at 9:30 a.m. We'll obviously be taking that live.
And so the North Gate, we think, would be the one that's right behind on your screen, right behind the little inset box showing the state of Florida, would be right there. And that is the main gate where visitors who are coming to Mar-a-Lago pull in right there before going down and to the covered carriageway where you enter the compound there. And as Rachel points out, this would be the third attempt that we know of that has been thwarted of people trying to do harm. Of course, in one of those cases, actually managing to shoot the president.
Yeah, dude, this is the third attempt now that came this one didn't come close. This nigga was stupid. He didn't do his homework. But we got Matthew Crooks, literally missed him by millimeters. We got who's the other guy? Matt Crooks. And then who's the other guy? Ryan Routh. Ryan Routh was the guy that shot at him when he was with Steve Witkoff golfing. If you remember, he was hiding in the bushes. He actually got convicted and found guilty. He was a huge, Ukraine supporter or whatever. He tried to kill the president as well. And luckily, what ended up happening with that one, if you guys remember, so Donald Trump was golfing with Steve Witkoff. And this was in September. Actually, you know what? It was in September, 2 months before the election. So Trump was golfing with Steve Witkoff, and the Secret Service detail that was with Trump, what they'll do is they'll go to the next hole before Trump goes there. So the Secret Service agents that went to the next hole, an astute agent saw someone in the bushes. He confronted them. They got in a firefight, and Ryan Routh took off. And he jumped on, I think, Interstate 95 and drove up north. And a couple hours later, they caught him. But had that Secret Service agent not been there or not done the protective sweep before Trump got there to, golf at that next hole, he might not be here, bro, because Ryan Routh was in a perfect position to snipe him. Yeah. So luckily that astute Secret Service agent found him first, confronted him. They got in a quick little firefight. Shots were fired. I don't think neither party was hit, and Routh was able to escape. And then when they went and looked at it after, when the FBI looked at it after, bro had been pitched there. He had been camping there since the night before, since 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. He was there for 12 plus hours, just sitting there with food there and water and shit. He was waiting, dude. So dude was literally camping on some Call of Duty type shit. So, thank God that Secret Service agent found him. But yeah, dude, this is the third overt attempt where someone has actually tried to hurt the president, dude. It's actually kind of crazy. Yeah.
And the first one initially in 2024 in July, I believe it was, at that rally when it was
that was Matthew Crooks.
Shot him in the ear.
Yep, Thomas Crooks. Thomas Crooks.
When he shot him in the ear, and it was remarkable because the response on Secret Service's end was really poor, or at least their surveillance and their security aspect. And so they took a lot of heat for that. And I don't know if they really trying to beef up their security. Of course, the Secret Service is, I'd say they're probably one of the best agencies when it comes to protecting a leader, but I don't know if they've been doing the best job. I mean, in this instance in Mar-a-Lago, this guy got in through some person who was leaving, and so it's fine. He barely got anywhere near where the president would have been theoretically. But I think this is a testament to a greater point that the Secret Service, in my opinion, might have to beef up a little bit and get a little bit more extreme in regards to precautionary measures, because Trump is probably not going to be the last guy in office who's going to be very disliked. And so they're going to have to look forward to continuously making sure that they not only up their security, but, don't even allow things to flirt with the idea of coming to fruition, because to me, this guy shouldn't even have gotten to the compound. But, that's neither here nor there.
It just goes to show how reckless a lot of these people are. You know what I mean? It's and
when people have a strong determination to want to take the president out, you're going to come across these things. So
people are fucking insane, dude. All right. Yeah. Okay, we can keep running.
We can.
And the second one being at the golf course down there in Florida.
And as we get details, which are just coming in with the press conference, we wait any moment could come from Mar-a-Lago. We do at least know from the Secret Service that Secret Service agents and this Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office deputy confronted this man, and shots were fired by law enforcement during the encounter. No U.S. Secret Service or Sheriff's Office personnel were injured in the incident. There were no Secret Service protectedness present at the location, meaning that there was no one that Secret Service protects. The president, the first lady, and others were at that north gate. It appears that this individual, according to just the details we're getting from the Secret Service in this social media tweet, is that the individual approached the north gate, but not necessarily posing a direct harm to any of the protectees that the Secret Service is sworn to protect there.
He did not breach the gate. Is that how you read it?
We're waiting to get more details on that, but it does appear that the individual was observed by the Secret Service attempting to enter the property. But it appears that the fact that
for more recent details, guys, just by the way, because this was 14 hours ago, the update was that some sort of security personnel was leaving, whether it was the deputy county or it was the FBI. I don't know who, or Secret Service, regardless. Some sort of security personnel was leaving at around 1 a.m. And the guy came in as the gate was open when they left, and he made it in about, I think it was 20 or 30 yards, and then they neutralized him. And they'll go into the details.
So he snuck in as that person was leaving.
He snuck in as somebody was leaving, and so the guy actually had a shotgun and, get this, a can of gas, or like a gas can. Yeah. And he set the gas can down, and I'm assuming took aim with said firearm, which would be that shotgun, in which Secret Service personnel immediately neutralized him on the scene, and he was pronounced dead. Right there.
They cooked him, bro.
They fried him.
I already know. They talked about that in the press conference.
Yeah. I'm going to pull it up right now. Actually, no, I can pull it up right now.
Yeah.
And get into the details.
Go ahead, yeah.
This morning, the security detail detected that a individual had made his way into the inner perimeter of Mar-a-Lago. A deputy and 2 Secret Service agents on the detail went to that area to investigate. They confronted a white male that was carrying a gas can and a shotgun.
Bruh.
What the hell what the fuck was this nigga's plan, bro?
I don't know, bro.
I mean, and I'm waiting for more details. I'm awaiting further details. I'm assuming maybe there was a lighter in his vehicle. I don't know if he got there in a vehicle. I don't know. The details aren't that clear yet. The FBI is still making their investigation. But maybe he was trying to burn the place down.
Yeah, but like nigga came in with a little gas can, probably the one that like you carry in your car when when you run out of gas. Came in with that and a shot. Like, bro, what are you thinking?
Bro, you know when you like
this nigga was probably off his rocker.
Bro, it's like when you start one of those free roaming games like GTA and you have no weapons and you just pick up the most random items. Like that's what this nigga was doing. He got a shotgun and gas. Like what the fuck you about to make work with that, bro?
Yo,
I guess
bro, and he's going to one of the most secure locations to go after like one of the most secured people in the world with that.
Yeah,
it's like fighting the final boss with like your first loadout from the beginning of the game. It's like, what are you doing? Right?
This guy was off his rocker.
Nigga retarded. It's like, you remember Legend of Zelda? How you go to each dungeon and you get like a new weapon, and each weapon becomes stronger and stronger. You're supposed to use that weapon to like combat the fucking boss of that dungeon.
The boss for that temple.
This dumbass nigga using the wooden sword and the Dooku shield.
Yeah.
Right? He's like,
what's the forest called? I forget.
Kokori Forest, whatever. This nigga literally using all the wooden items, right, against a fire boss.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, what are you doing?
This nigga fought Ganondorf with a bow and arrow and a wooden sword. That's effectively what he did. Yeah. I agree.
Niggas trying to fight the master boss without the master sword. Fucking retard. Idiot.
Yeah. And what we can extract, I mean, sensibly from this situation is the guy clearly he was off his rocker. Okay. This guy was not stable in the head. And so are many other people who attempt things like this, but at least they're a little bit more calculated and they're a little bit more smart in their endeavor to try and attack or harm somebody. But this guy just did not plan it. Also, a shotgun is like not even a long range weapon. So did you think you were going to get 3 or 4 feet within Trump to like, I'm just going through his thought process. And so I would imagine maybe, hey, like an AR or I don't know. Really, really interesting. This guy was definitely off his mark.
Yo, at least like Ryan Routh and Thomas Crooks, like these niggas had the wherewithal to use a weapon that's a bit more longer range, right?
Especially Crooks. I mean, Crooks was, and thank God, right? Crooks was an inch, centimeters actually, if I'm not mistaken, from killing the president.
That immigration chart saved Trump's life when he turned his head to look at the immigration chart, and thank God that, Trump didn't get hit, bro. Like people can say whatever they want. I don't want any of our presidents getting shot or hurt. Like fuck that. Any politician for that matter. I don't care. But when it comes to like politics, I don't want any of our politicians getting hurt, Democrat or Republican.
Well, it's horrible for the country.
Yeah, it's a bad look for the country in general. So he had all these stupid ass liberals like, oh my God, I'm so mad he missed. Well, you're a piece of shit wishing death upon people because you don't like their political views. But regardless of that, like, this dude, and it's like at least Thomas Crooks and Ryan Routh did their homework, nigga. Like they were there doing recon. Thomas Crooks flew some drones. He just had bad marksmanship, and then Routh got caught before he could do it. This dumbass nigga didn't even know Trump wasn't there. Like, what are you doing, dummy? Like,
denied. And there's levels, right? There's levels to these so-called assassins, and what we saw with Charlie Kirk was somebody that was highly calculated, highly skilled, and somebody who had the know-abouts and the wherewithal to actually go ahead and execute a plan that worked. Unfortunately, it worked. But, there's levels to these deranged psychopaths who typically fall onto, left-leaning politics, and where, they want to take out a high status political figure. And then you have, the lower level of people like this who just walk into a high security compound guarded by Secret Service with a shotgun and a can of gas and think that they're going to make something happen. But I mean, hey,
literally, it's Legend of Zelda, dude. It's like this nigga literally like started how you start the game with 3 hearts and like a wooden ass sword and some bullshit. Nigga made it all the way to Ganondorf with still 3 hearts and the wooden sword. And thinking that I'm gonna beat Ganondorf. Oh yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, okay.
But the scary combination is when somebody has that intention, but they actually have the brains to execute it correctly. Right. And so this is the ideology that must be shot down. It must be neutralized and eradicated if we want to guarantee the safety of our politicians and high status political figures for that matter. So it's scary. It's still unsettling. The guy's an idiot and he was never going to cover ground with this plan, obviously, but it's still very unsettling and scary regardless.
Yeah, bro. But, and I know some people, I mean, most of our people that watch, like, lean more right. So none of us like hate Trump like that. But bro, just be clear. Like, if this shit happened to Joe Biden, I'd be pissed off and furious too. If it happened to Kamala Harris, I'd be pissed 100%. Off and furious too. Like, it's one thing to have your, political differences and shit like that. But once you start getting into niggas like killing politicians or whatever, like that is one of the big things that sets the United States apart from all these other countries. That's what keeps us 100%. From being a banana republic. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, whether you like these politicians or not, you got to understand that we are held to a different standard here in the United States. We're not like these fucking weird ass banana republic countries where niggas are assassinating world leaders and shit with no consequence. So
absolutely, law and order. We need law and order. Yeah,
So okay, let's go back to this press release. This was from this morning.
2 pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun.
You done.
At that point in time, the deputy and the 2 Secret Service agents fired their weapons and neutralized the threat.
Bro said it politically correct. He said at that point, they neutralized the threat. Translation, they Swiss cheese that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah. Probably like mag dumped him.
100% mag dumped him.
So he probably 100%. Got like 20. He probably got like 20 rounds of 9mm ammo. For being honest,
more than
I don't
that.
even know.
It was 2 agents.
Actually had 5.
It was 2 agents and a deputy. So I know. Okay, so most Secret Service agents carry a Glock, probably a 9mm, right? Most law enforcement carry 9mm now because 9mm and 40 cal. The debate is done. They're basically, if you have high quality 9mm, it's equivalent to a 40.
40, 45.
So most law enforcement agencies already switched back to 9mm at this point, right?
Yeah.
Each of them was probably carrying a Glock 7, at least a Glock 19 or a Glock 17. That's 15
Most
or 17 rounds.
Weapon.
Yep.
15, 17, I think, actually.
Yeah, or 17. The deputy definitely had the 17.
Hey, bro, I'm in Connecticut, so I wouldn't know.
But y'all don't got high capacity mags.
Yeah, we have 10-round mags maximum. But yeah, probably each one of them had like 15 rounds in their firearm collectively. All mag dumped the shit out of him. Yep. So
and 3 guys, we're talking about almost 60 bullets altogether, 60 rounds coming down at him, and they all probably mag dumped him. And then if the sheriff's deputy might have even had a rifle.
I was going to say.
Well, one of them might have even had a rifle. Easy.
5.56. Yeah.
Because as soon as they got the news that someone was on the property, somebody probably picked up a rifle.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? So
they probably just saw him. I think the people who addressed him or apprehended him were the ones that saw him on the camera initially, because they're saying that he only got in like 20 yards. So I don't even think there was much radioing around. It was like, yo, who the hell is this nigga? And they just pulled up and blasted the shit out of him. It's like, what the fuck? So it's crazy. But they've got to figure out that gate system so people can't get in as people are leaving. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it's difficult to completely contain a compound, but you got to make it work when the president's going to spend a good amount of his time there.
I want to see that body cam, but I know for a fact that nigga got hit
it's gonna come out.
At least they probably hit him. He probably got hit with at least 20 rounds. That's my bet. If I was a gambler, if I was a degen gambler, I'll say he got hit with at least 20 rounds.
Hey, he probably painless death, nigga. He probably didn't feel it much. I mean, he probably felt a couple stings, pinches, and then he was out. So. Who knows? But yeah, here we'll keep playing.
Give you a picture of the shotgun and the gas can to have with you. So that's what we know now. The investigation continues. The FBI is the lead investigation agency on this case, and we will be assisting them in whatever manner they would like. And they will be responsible for answering any other questions at an appropriate time.
Normally it would be like Secret Service does their own investigations, but given the high profileness of this case and the fact that Secret Service is stretched so thin, obviously the FBI is going to run the criminal investigation on it. But there's not, as always with these guys, like with school shooters or with people that ended up clapped by the police, it's 9 out of 10 times this is going to be a open and shut case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 9 out of 10 times they'll, this is what the FBI is going to do. So this is what they're going to do. Cause this guy was missing. Can you pull up his picture real quick? This guy, they identified him formally earlier today too.
Austin Martin, I believe his full name is here.
I have that on my feed too, but you probably on yours. But yeah, long story short, this is what the FBI is going to do. He was reported missing. FBI is going to go talk to his family. They're going to ask his family, hey, did he have any erratic, political views, or did he have any type of radicalization? They're going to talk to his family. They're going to talk to his friends. They're going to probably map out what he did. The 48 to 72 hours prior to him going over to Mar-a-Lago. They're going to see if he had any other conspirators with him, anyone that might have helped him or assisted him. They're going to definitely look through his phone toll analysis, look at everyone he was in contact with before he did the hit, see if there was anyone that supported him. And then more than likely, if he acted alone, case is going to be shut, bro. They'll open it, talk to everybody, figure out what his motive was, and then close it. Because most of the time with these things, it's just open shut. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to be stereotypical here, but you see this, bro.
I can't see it on my screen. It's a blue screen.
You can't see? Hang on.
Yeah, it's a blue screen on my end.
Sharing's pause. Here you go. You'll be able to see in a second. Hang on. I
can see it on your stream, but I can't see it on mine.
No, you can see it now on your stream. You should be able to.
Yep, I can see it now. You good?
So this is him.
Oh, yeah.
This is Austin Tucker Martin.
Are we surprised?
This is the guy who walked into the compound. Yeah, I mean, bro.
Put him next to Matthew Crooks. Put a picture of Thomas Crooks right next to that nigga, bro. And Ryan Ralph.
Stereotype, man.
Yo, man.
Fit in the stereotype, unfortunately, guys. Come on.
Yo.
Get a picture of Thomas Crooks.
Yeah, put Thomas Crooks and put Ryan Ralph right after. And you look all three of these niggas, it's like, all right, bro. They could all be family members.
Here, so that's Austin Tucker Martin. So this is the guy who had just attempted, I'm assuming, to try and kill Trump.
This is Mr. Gas Can Shotgun. This is Elmer Fudd over here.
This is Gas Can Shotgun.
Gas Can nigga.
This is Thomas Crooks. I mean, come on, we can go back and forth here.
Come on, man. Yo, go back. Just go back and forth. Like, come on, man. Yo.
Yeah. And then we'll get the next one here.
Yeah, Ryan Ralph. Routh.
Yeah.
Ryan Ralph. He looks deranged too.
Really, really looks fucking crazy. Look at this guy.
Oh man. Yeah, bro.
So we've got
the trifecta.
Mr. Golf Course Killer. Yep. We've got this kid's the smartest though. This kid actually got closest. This kid came the closest, and he was young. He was super young. And then this kid just, I don't know. He went in GTA style. This nigga thought he was Trevor or some shit. But he didn't cover any ground there. And so these are your three go
through it one more time. So we got Ryan Ralph.
Yep.
Then we got Thomas Crooks, and then we got Gas Can nigga. And they all look extremely similar.
Unfortunately, it checks out.
Every single time, dude, a white guy. Crazy white guy, bro.
Crazy left-leaning white guy who's typically, I find, at least recently, the trend has been young. They're younger, but Ryan Ralph is a little bit on the older side.
Yo,
he now, you know what's funny, Riyadh?
Nobody's going to clip this part of us making fun of these white dudes. Nobody's going to care.
Not.
The Wakanda niggas aren't going to clip this and say, oh, yo, why are you being racist to white dudes, bro? But yeah, they got the same look.
Yeah.
It's a deranged fucking leftist white guy.
I mean, hey, look, it's not a secret that anytime there's some sort of, public shooting or something extreme like that, it's always somebody who's white or Caucasian. And so that's not, if I saw a black person, or hell, even like an Arab or a brown person go in and do some sort of mass public shooting, I would be really shocked.
Muslims, Arabs.
If they blew up a building, then that makes sense, right? But every single race has got their stereotypes that follow suit, right? And so they've all got their own way of doing, mass amounts of violence. And with the white people, they typically like to grab a gun and just, do it that way. But
crazy shit. But it's incredible how all three shooters pretty much look the same, bro. Mm-hmm. They pretty much look the same.
Nigga, Thomas Crooks and Austin Tucker Martin, whatever the fuck his name, they could be brothers.
Yeah.
They look like each other.
Facts.
But so this is.
Again, my name is.
Okay. All right. They stopped the FBI.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
I already told y'all what they're going to do. Like, there's not much the FBI is going to do. They're going to, like I said, they're going to talk to all of his contacts. They're going to look at his phone tolls. They're going to try to identify if there was another co-conspirator. And that's it. Okay. Let's see what, Secret Service addresses fatal. Okay. Let's see what he's got to say.
Yes. RIC. Thank you. The sack of the Secret Service, the spelling is RAFAEL. and last name Barros is B-A.
So the SAC is the special agent in charge. That's the guy that runs this division.
Thank you. And then following Special Agent in Charge Barros will be the FBI Special Agent in Charge of the Miami field office, Brett Skiles, and that is B as in boy, R-E-T-T.
Fun fact for all you guys. So FBI Miami covers like all of South Florida. West Palm Beach is like the last county they cover, or Palm Beach County. So there's different. Okay. So the way it works, guys, is there's going to be a main field office, and then there's going to be different satellite offices, right, all across the what's called the AOR, Area of Responsibility. So Miami, FBI Miami, is located. I think their main building is in fucking where is it? It's not Plantation. It's in Miramar. It's a very nice building, by the way. I've been there multiple times. But FBI Miami is headquartered out of Miramar, and then they cover everything from like Homestead, which is, you know, pretty much the south tip of Florida, and Key West, all the way up until Palm Beach County. And then there's satellite offices in between. So like there's a satellite office in Fort Lauderdale. There's going to be one in West Palm Beach, There's going to be one, in Homestead, whatever. So they're going to have what's called RAC offices, or resident agent in charge offices, all across the area. But the main big field office is out of Miami, and that's where the special agent in charge sits out of. And he oversees, you know, the hundreds of agents that are in this AOR. So, and then there's probably going to be a Tampa SAC, an Orlando SAC, that also control that part or oversee all the local field offices in that area as well. But the SAC office is typically the big office that has, you know, the most agents, and then there's little satellite offices in between that cover all the other, like, you know, towns and cities in between.
Yep.
All right, so we can go ahead and
SKILES. Once those individuals are done speaking, Sheriff Bradshaw will come back up and close out the press conference.
We saw the sheriff talk about it, right?
Yeah, we saw the sheriff.
I can give you, and I'm allowed to give the Sheriff's Office for their quick response in this matter and close collaboration. Since this area of the shooting was under Secret Service protection at the time, the FBI is assisting the investigation. Currently, I
just have to say, I know he thinks he feels so cool wearing that jacket. Like, big jacket with FBI on it. Like, bro, we get it, you know, but
this response team is processing the scene, collecting evidence, and we'll continue to work the scene for as long as it takes. One thing I would ask the public is, if you live in the area of the shooting, please check your exterior cameras for last night, early this morning. If you see anything that looks suspicious or out of place, please contact us at 1-800-CALL-FBI or contact the West Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Rafael Barros. I'm the special agent in charge of Secret Service Miami Field Office. Earlier today, 2 special agents from the Secret Service and a deputy from the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office were involved in an officer-involved shooting while responding to an armed individual at one of the gates at Mar-a-Lago. Preliminary information indicates that the individual was armed with a shotgun and a possession of a gasoline canister. Agents and the deputy discharged their firearms to stop the threat. At this time, no law enforcement personnel were injured during the incident. We want to be clear, the President of the United States was not in the state of Florida. And this remains an active investigation by the FBI. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. I think that's good for that. Odie, did you have any other comments on it?
Nah, man. I mean, it's going to be open and shut. It's going to be open and shut. I think this guy was just, he probably had a death wish, I think. Like, there's no way that he could have thought going over there was a good idea and thought that it was going to happen. So
what I'm interested to see, actually, is when they make this.
We can cover the Mexico shit, too, because niggas are in here talking about, they keep spamming El Mencho. And I mentioned him in my thing. Yo, it's funny because the comment section, we'll finish your thoughts and then we'll retest and we'll go over to Mexico and El Mencho.
Yeah, no, I was going to say I'm interested to see the investigation because I want to see if they're going to be able to uncover some sort of ideological rabbit hole that this kid was going down before he did what he did. And if that's the case, then we'll see a recurring theme from Tyler Robinson. We'll see that we saw the same thing in Minnesota when that Catholic school got shot up, and the instance in Canada, actually, that situation was bad as well. And we see kind of, a pattern there. And so I want to see if this situation